My husband's reaction this morning when I said giving up coffee by January 1st was pretty much shocked. Yeah. And then he was like, where is this coming from? He got a little defensive. I can understand because I'm pretty much a coffee addict. I just wanted to let you guys know why I'm deciding to do this. You know, you just have all these things that you listen to, things that come across your radar. You may not be open to them for a really long time. And then you just get to a point in your life. I don't want to be dependent on it anymore. And I've gotten to a place where it's kind of disgusts me. Never thought I would get to that place ever. But the reason I got to that place is because, I don't know if it's because I got off the Zoloft a few weeks ago, but I haven't been feeling my best at all. I let you guys know in my last video that my blood sugar seems to be dysregulated. That made me realize I need to be more disciplined and careful about how much protein I'm consuming. I was on this long road trip the last couple days with my two boys. I had all these hours in the car, so I just kind of binge watched Stephanie. She's always bashing coffee, among other things that I like to eat, like cheese, and she's always bashing caffeine, and I would just always ignore it. I knew I was addicted. It's not like I was in denial, but then she really helped me open my mind with her coffee video that she recently did. I never really obviously looked into why coffee is so bad because first of all, it's just so easy to find information on why coffee is so good and healthy. But then she totally destroyed that. She obviously did a lot of research, really got into like why it's horrible for your blood sugar and for your circadian rhythm, cortisol levels, and then ultimately like the aging process. It was literally like everything in that video to convince me to just be like, I have to try this. Like I have to at least not be a baby and at least try to get off the coffee, because she convinced me that I will feel better if I just eventually get off. I'm hoping it's gonna help me with my blood sugar, with my skin. Since I've been drinking it for 32 years, I assume it would take at least a year for me to kind of reverse some of those things or to detox from coffee. I am not gonna take anything down off my channel, like my video on coffee. I don't want to make it like a big deal right now since this is new to me. What I do drink now is my delicious frothy Rubios tea latte. That's what I'm calling it. I don't even know how to pronounce, but it's delicious. And I heard Stephanie mention it in a video, so I think she may drink it, or at least it's okay. It doesn't have tannins in it and it's caffeine free. And it's a red tea. It looks red and it's from South Africa. Got a really interesting flavor. And then there's one by the Allegro brand that you can get at Whole Foods that has some spices added that's absolutely delicious. The way I make it is I steep the tea for 5 minutes, and then I like to put about a tablespoon of butter and 1 egg in my blender, and then I whip that up with the tea. As you can see, it comes out so beautifully frothy and creamy. You could even add a splash of heavy cream. I'm telling you, it's so comforting and delicious, and it's helping me to not miss coffee. For my last day, it was not that satisfying. I just drank it black and it was like literally a little shot. So some other goals that I have for myself. I don't typically do a lot of goals for New Year's, so let me know if you guys are fans or not. I want to eat more liver. I either saute it in the Epic pork fat or I fry it up in the air fryer with pork rind crumbs. I do that for 15 minutes at 400 degrees. I just roll them in the pork rind crumbs and put it in the air fryer. It's so delicious. I am gonna stick with high fat, but I'm gonna be more intentional. I'm doing pretty good. Christmas, I ate way too much protein because that was like much easier and what was available, which I know messed up my blood sugar even more. And then I had my martini, and then I seemed to do well, like okay with the vodka martini, and then I don't do so well with like bourbon or rye anymore, which makes me sad because I always loved my bourbon or rye. So see, I am not perfect. I might be giving up coffee, but I have not gotten there to giving up these treats of cocktails. I want to learn how to monitor my blood sugar. I bought glucose monitor. I've never used one, but my husband said he can help me with it and that it's pretty easy. So I'm gonna start doing that along with my ketone strips. Here's the ones I get from Amazon. Those are easy, just urine strips. My goal is to get my ketones up. They're too low. So the reason I'm doing all this, because it's a pain, is because if you're not in ketosis and you're doing carnivore, it's not good. Like, it's dangerous. So I need to make sure I'm doing it right. I'm not doing this to do it all wrong and screw myself up. Now that I can tell I'm not in ketosis, which I think is because my blood sugar's messed up and I don't have the right energy and all that, I have to fix this. So usually I'll be around 0.5. Yeah, and I want to get up to over 1.5, and that's my goal, so that I can be using those ketones. I'm also trying to keep up with my electrolytes, make sure my electrolytes are balanced, because I think that's been a problem for me. I eat a lot of salt. I think it caught up with me and it's making my magnesium, potassium like off, so that's not good. I was starting to have really bad pain in my legs, like not really cramping. I got this potassium online. You can get any potassium citrate. And then this magnesium citrate from Amazon. I'm just taking one of those a day. It may take 2 potassium a day. Anyway, that's just a giant experiment. I feel like my electrolytes are off and I'm trying to balance that. For my prayer life and spiritual life, I'm trying to keep up with a prayer journal, which I started that back up at the beginning of December and I love it. I put all my prayer intentions in there. I copy down my favorite excerpts from my Magnificat. It's just hard for me to do it every morning. And then the Catechism in a Year is starting tomorrow. Super excited. I think I have enough to challenge myself. So I hope you guys will share with me what your New Year's goals are, or maybe you don't have any, that's fine. You're just trying to maintain, survive, I get it. But be patient with yourself, but also challenge yourself. All right, I gotta finish up this video. My husband should be back any minute. He went to confession, which was very convicting because I need to get to confession. Let's not forget to pray for the soul of Pope Benedict, the most awesome Pope. By the way, my husband has a YouTube channel. He works for Word on Fire Institute, is a theologian, and he is writing a book. Well, he wrote the book and it's in the phase now before it's published. It's supposed to be published in the spring from Word on Fire Academic Institute, and it's all about Pope Benedict. So that's his favorite pope, and he's been wanting to write a book about him for so many years, and it's such a blessing. So we're super excited about that. And if you want to follow him, it's called Duclos Views, and I'll link it in the comments because I'm old and I still can't figure out how to get links to work in my description box. His name is Richard. I'm sure he'd love to see some new subscribers over there. I will see you all in the next video. I hope you have an awesome, happy New Year.